this big mistake. When you're mounting this on the outside, and if you read the manual, if this measures, this one measures 109.5 inches in width. Okay, now what happens is the manufacturer will add 3¼ inches to that measurement. So if you want it right on the trim, you have to measure the trim, then deduct 3¼ inches, because the manufacturer is going to add 3¼ inches. Are you with
Okay,
me?
is that only on the slider type application?
This is strictly for an outside mount with a frame.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason they do that is that what happens is they're taking in a combination the light stop and the thickness of this. If you note that this is 1.5 inches or just a little less, and the other side is 1.5 inches. So they've got to make sure that this clears here if you put it out on the wall.
Okay.
So if we want it on the trim, we measure the trim.
Deduct 3¼
3¼ and then the factory will put it back on so it's right even with the trim.
Great.
Same with the height. It's the floor to here, but the difference here, since you only have the trim at the top, they'll add 2 5/8.
Okay, so they're going to, so you deduct 2 5/8 from the
Deduct 2
top?
5/8 and then they'll add 2 5/8. So
Okay.
that way it comes right on the trim where you want it.
Okay.
If you give them the width of the trim and the height of the trim, they're going to add that to it and it's going to go out onto the drywall, which
Okay.
is where you don't want it. Okay?
And the reason that difference is because there's no trim at the bottom.
That is correct.
Okay.
There's nothing at the bottom, and your wood piece is 1.5 inches or 1 3/8 on this side and 1 3/8 on that side. That's why
Okay.
you got the 3.5.
Okay.